Hi everyone, welcome back to Trees and Turtles. My name's Imogen. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I learned from my failures. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and let's get started. So, what is that? I'm wearing this top today, which has got this sort of like bow deal at the back, but sometimes it doesn't look completely symmetrical. I apologise. Anyway, let's talk about failures. So, I failed a lot, and I think it's important to talk about failures on a productivity channel because it's often in the productivity space people try to be perfect, and I'm a massive perfectionist, but that's not realistic, and I don't want you sitting there thinking, oh my god, she's perfect. I'm absolutely not, okay? So it's really important to just show both sides. Anyway, 5 things I learned from my failures. Number 1, failure is not forever, okay? Failure is not forever. It hurts in the moment. And we often feel like failure is it causes such intense emotions in us that we think this is going to be how it feels like forever. But that is absolutely not true, okay? How you feel like 5 years from now about your failures are like not the way that you feel right now, okay? So time will heal you, I promise, okay? A good example of this, when I was 18 years old, I applied to Oxford University, who rejected me. And I was very sad about it at the time, but you know, I went to Durham, and I did a great degree at Durham, and I honestly found a lot of fulfillment in that, and I feel like a lot better about it now because I met some beautiful like friends at Durham, and I had a great time. I learned a lot. I've ended up in a career which really fulfills me. So was it the end of the world? Absolutely not, okay? Failure is not forever. It hurts in the moment, but time will heal you, I promise, okay? What is going on with my hair today? Okay, number 2, this one might be a little bit controversial. Be more of a bitch. I often failed because I was too much of a pushover. Now, this might seem a little bit counterintuitive, and I always say on this channel, you know, be kind, be kind, be kind. There are limits, okay? There are limits, and one of the limits is that you can't, you know, be so much of a pushover that you do this at to the detriment of your own well-being, okay? So you sometimes need to put yourself first, even if you feel like it makes you disliked, or if you're people pleasing to the extent that it's actively harming you, then you need to learn how to stand up for yourself. And I led with be more of a bitch for a reason, and it's not about like being a bitch, but it's about not being afraid to be disliked. Does that make sense? Don't be afraid to be disliked. Don't be a bitch, but don't be afraid to be disliked. All right, number 3, it's okay to try again, okay? It's always okay to try again. Some things just take multiple tries, and that's okay. You know, some people are naturally good at something and they get it on the first try. And that is great. Like, if you're naturally talented, 100% good for you. Like, I'm proud of you. But for some of us, it takes like multiple tries. Like, I always studied a lot, and partly that's because I love learning and I'm a nerd, but also I'm genuinely quite stupid, and I just have to like take a lot of time to understand stuff. And you know, I've got a lot of very positive academic achievements that I'm very proud of, but I had to work my ass off to get there, okay? I had to work so hard, and sometimes it would take me multiple tries, and I learned over time that just because you failed once doesn't mean you necessarily have to live with that forever, or just accept it, or be like, okay, well, this is what it is now. No, you can try again as often as you want, okay? So it's okay to try again. And I think, you know, obviously this comes with like a disclaimer, you know, some things you just need to leave alone, but if it's like a personal goal that you're working on, say you're learning a language and you're just like super burned out and you think, oh, you know, I need to stop, it's okay to leave it and then try again, okay? If it's a goal that you're working on and it doesn't affect anyone else, then just try as many times as you want. All right, kind of on the flip side of that, number 4, some things just aren't for me and aren't for you, and it's okay to change your mind. Stop pursuing a goal. This is not giving up, okay? Now, it might seem like giving up, but it's not. The difference between choosing intentionally to move away from a goal and giving up is as follows, okay? When you give up, it's a sort of spur of the moment thing. It's just like, oh, I give up, okay? But when you are taking into account the information, you're like, you know what? I'm making a decision that this isn't good for me. It's a considered process, okay? So giving up is like a spur of the moment impulse decision. When you actually take into account the information that is being presented to you after multiple tries, like you've persevered and you're like, you know what? Through this process, I discovered that this isn't for me, and intentionally, I'm moving my focus to something else that I feel is more worthwhile, okay? So it's very much a considered process, and it's not a negative thing, okay? So don't be afraid to redirect your attention to something that you feel is more worthwhile, okay? It's an intentional change in direction based on new information. Again, considered process versus, I give up, an impulse, okay? Two different things. Okay, and the fifth thing that I learned from my failures, and this is maybe the one that I saved to last because this is the one that I really want you to take away from the video, okay? You'll probably still be fine and you'll do really well, okay? It's likely that you will reach a good outcome, even an amazing outcome, okay? So often when we fail at something, our internal brain is like, I don't know why I said internal brain. It's unlikely that you have an external brain. If you do, get that checked out. Your brain is like, this is the end of the world, we're gonna die, whatever. No. Okay, no, you're going to be fine. And, you know, the very fact that you are working on yourself and that you are trying to be better is, you know, a lot more than most people do, okay? A lot of the population just sort of drifts along in life and don't actively work on self-improvement. If you're actively working on self-improvement, then you are doing great and probably better than average, okay? So just don't worry about it. You're probably going to do fine. You're probably going to do really well, in fact, and it is going to work out, okay? So please don't worry about it. Through failures, we learn. Failure is not forever. You're going to be fine. I guarantee that something positive is going to come out of the fact that you tried, even if you failed, okay? So you can absolutely turn any failure into a success just by learning from it, and know that everything's going to be okay. Like 99 times out of 100, it works out, okay? It works out. Don't stress. All right, those are 5 things I learned from my failures. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that. Give this video a big thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram. I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.